So the next important concentration term is molarity. Most of the problems are coming on this concentration term, that is molarity. Molarity. Its symbol is capital M. You have to write it in terms of capital M. Number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of solution. Number of moles of solute present in the 1 liter of solution is called as molarity. Okay, its unit is, it is number of moles is nothing but mole per liter. It is mole per liter you can write, or else this will be mole per dm cube also, mole per dm cube. Okay, these are the units for molarity. So number of moles of solute, capital M, is equal to number of moles of solute is N2 divided by volume of the solution in the liter. This is first basic formula of the molarity. This can be modified as, if you take volume in ml, then we can write it as N2 divided by volume is taken in ml into 1000 you have to write. Next, what is N2 here? Number of moles of solute. Number of moles of solute is W2 divided by M2 into 1000 divided by volume in ml. It is N2 can be written as W2 by M2, where this is the mass of solute, molar mass of the solute. Already we have written these notations. Okay, this is in terms of ml. Now you see here, this molarity is inversely proportional to the volume, and this volume is directly proportional to the temperature. So what happens here? Molarity varies inversely with the temperature. This is very important point you have to remember here. Molarity varies inversely with the temperature because it is depending on the temperature term, because it involves volume term. Volume depends on temperature, hence molarity depends on the temperature, which varies inversely with the temperature here. So next point, for dilution. For dilution, M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. Before dilution, before adding water, and this is after adding water. For example, if I take 1 molar solution, 1 molar solution is present. To this one, if I add water, so dilution is taking place. So after adding water, its concentration changes. So before adding water, it is M1 V1, molarity into volume. Okay. Next, after adding water, it becomes as what? M2 V2. This is for law of dilution you have to follow here. Next point, the relation between the molarity and the strength of solution. Strength of solution, already we know that one. What is the strength of the solution here? That is molarity is equal to W2 divided by, this is M2 into volume of the solution in the liter. Already we know this term is called as strength of the solution, mass of the solute present in liter of the solution here. So this is nothing but your strength of solution. This term is replaced by what? Strength of the solution. So that I can write it as molarity is equal to strength of solution divided by molar mass of the solute, M2 here. So what you can write here? Strength of the solution is equal to molarity into molar mass of the solute. This is the relation between strength of solution and the molarity. Okay. Next points. Next, another important formula for the molarity, whenever density of the solution is given, that is, I'll write molarity and density here. The relation between molarity and density. Here molarity is equal to 10 dx by M2. Here d is the density of the solution, x is the mass percentage of the solute. It is what? Mass percentage of the solute, and this is molar mass of the solute. So here d is the density, x is mass percentage of solute, in the problem they will give 10% by mass, means that is 10 gram is present in the 90 gram, like that. This is the mass percentage of the solute. Next, this is M2, this is the molar mass of solute. This is what? Molar mass of the solute here. So whenever the density and the mass percentage of the solute is given, then you can calculate the molarity like this here. Next one, molarity of mixing. Molarity of the mixing. This is very important formula. Whenever two solutions of different molarity are mixed together, then what will be the resulting molarity? In that one, there are two possibilities. One is you can mix two solutions which are non-reacting, like acid and acid you can mix, base and base you can mix. Another possibility is you can mix two reacting solutions like acid and base. One is oxidant and another is reductant. Like that you can add here. So this is called as what? Molarity of the mixing here. First point I will write for non-reacting solutions. For non-reacting solution. For non-reacting solution is what here? You can add acid plus acid. Acid is added to the acid, or you can add base is added to the base, so that they will not react with each other here. Acid is added to the another acid, or base is added to the another base. These two are the possibilities here. So in this case, the resulting molarity M resulting, that is resulting molarity, will be is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2 here. So this is one acid and this is another acid. These two are mixed together, then the resulting molarity will be this one, because these two are what? Non-reacting solutions. Next one, we will go for reacting solution. Suppose two reacting solutions are mixed together, then what will be the resulting molarity? Like acid is mixed with base, or one oxidant is mixed with another reductant, like that here. So second one is for reacting solutions. For reacting solution, if the two solutions which you are mixing together, those two are reacting. For example, acid is mixed with base, these two are reacting with each other. So in this case what happens? Suppose if I take it as 1 and this is 2, and this will be your M1 V1 and this become as what? M2 V2. So if these two are mixed together, then what will be the resulting molarity? M resulting molarity will be is equal to M1 V1 minus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. In this case, always you keep in mind M1 V1 is greater than M2 V2. That's it here. So this is greater than this one. Then the resulting molarity is, just you have to take negative sign here, and this is what? Positive sign. Non-reacting take positive sign, reacting you take negative sign here. Okay. Next thing is for a chemical reaction in case of volumetric analysis. For a chemical reaction, means in case of volumetric analysis, already you have done these things in laboratory, in a practical chemistry, that is volumetric analysis you have done already. In this one, can write the formula. Suppose if I take acid plus base, if it is acid base titration is there, acid I will call it as 1 and the base I will take it as what? 2 here. In this case, M1 V1 by A1 is equal to M2 V2 by A2 here. Molarity of the acid, volume of the acid, molarity of the base, volume of base. A1 and A2 are the stoichiometric coefficients. Here you can take even this one can be taken for the redox reaction, that is if you take FAS versus KMNO4, for this one I will take it as 1 and 2 here. Same thing again, same formula you have to apply here, that is m1 v1 by a1 is equal to m2 v2 divided by a2. This formula can be used for the acid base reaction as well as what, redox titration here. So in this one again, 1 corresponds to FAS and 2 corresponds to the KMnO4 here. In both the cases, A1 and A2 are what, stoichiometric coefficients. A1 and A2 are stoichiometric coefficients. Suppose if you write this formula as A1 M1 V1 is equal to A2 M2 V2, then this A1 and A2, they become as what, valencies, that is A1 become as what, valency of the acid, A2 become as valency of the base. Here in this case, A1 become as what, valency of FAS, A2 become as valency of the KMnO4. Valency factors, already you know this one in case of equivalent mass. So A1 and A2, if you write the formula like this, A1 and A2 are valency factors. There A1 and A2 are what, valency factors here. Okay, next point. So the next important formula is relation between the molarity and molality. How to connect molarity and molality, that is molarity and molality. Here always you keep in mind, molarity means capital M is there, molality is a small m, it is. Molality is a small m and molarity is what, capital M here. The relation between these two is 1 by m equal to density by molarity minus molar mass of solute. M2 is molar mass of solute divided by 1000 here. So this is one relation, and if you rearrange this one, another formula you will get, molality is equal to molar mass divided by density minus m2, molarity into molar mass here. In this case, density is expressed in terms of kg per liter it is. Suppose if we write molality is equal to molarity divided by 1000 into density minus molarity into molar mass of the solute. If you take 1000 here, then the density will be in gram per ml it is. This is what the three relation you have to remember. Next point is molarity capital M. If you substitute for the molarity capital M, then you will get this formula, capital M is equal to density into molality divided by 1 plus molality into molar mass divided by the 1000. So this is also another relation. If you rearrange this equation, again you will get this one. So here capital M is molarity, always you keep in mind molarity. D is the density. Next small m is molality it is. Capital M2 if I write, this is a molar mass of solute. Mass of solute. Always you keep in mind 2 corresponds to solute and 1 corresponds to the solvent here. So these are the important formulas which connects molarity and molality as well as the density also here. Next important point is, suppose if I take molar, 1 molar solution, 1 molar, molar means 1 molar. Next is semi-molar, they will give. Semi-molar is nothing but molarity divided by 2 it is. So this will be 1 molar and this become as 0.5 molar. Next one is decimolar, they will give. Decimolar is nothing but molarity divided by 10, this is 0.1 molar. Next one centimolar, they will give. Centimolar is molarity divided by 100, so this is nothing but 0.01 molar. Okay. Next one they will give millimolar. Millimolar solution is nothing but molarity divided by 1000. This is nothing but 0.001 molar solution it is. So these are some important points you have to remember here. So the next point is, so the next relation is the relation between the molarity and mole fraction. Molarity and mole fraction. So these relations, whatever we are writing, these are very, very important for competitive exams, because most of the numericals all are depending on the whatever the formula I have given now. Most of them are depending on these formulas only. If you know these formulas, you can easily solve the numericals. Okay. So now the relation between the molarity is capital M, always you keep in mind. Mole fraction is in terms of X. Suppose if I write X1, this is the mole fraction of solvent. X2 will be what? Mole fraction of the solute it is. 2 corresponds to solute, 1 corresponds to the solvent here. Okay. Next here the formula is mole fraction of the solute is equal to molarity into M1. M1 is the molar mass of the solvent divided by molarity into molar mass of solvent minus molar mass of solute plus density. This is the formula. M1 is molar mass of solvent. Capital M is simply capital M is what? Molarity. And again it is molarity, molar mass of solvent, solute, and then it is what? Density here. So X2 will be mole fraction of solute. Capital M is molarity. M1 is molar mass of solvent. M2 molar mass of solute. And your D will be density. So whatever the relations we have discussed now, those are very, very important for the numericals. Okay. Next one. So the next concentration term is molality. So this also very, very important concentration term. Whatever the formula we are discussing, these are very, very important for the numericals. Molality, its symbol is small m. Capital M is molarity and small m is molality here. And this is independent of the temperature. Okay. Because it do not involve any volume term here. So this molality is again, it is the number of moles of solute present in 1 kg of the solvent. Here solvent is taken in terms of mass here, that is number of moles of solute present in the 1 kg of solvent here. So for this one we will write molality formula is number of moles of solute is N2 I will write divided by mass of the solvent is W1, that is in terms of kg here. Suppose if you write it in terms of grams, this is N2 divided by W1 in grams, that is into 1000 you have to take here. Next, this number of moles of solute is nothing but mass by molar mass of the solute into this one, you write it as it is, that is 1000 divided by mass of the solvent in grams. Okay, this is what the formula for the molality. Next thing is solubility. For solubility, the symbol is S here. This solubility is nothing but mass of solute W2 divided by mass of solvent W1 into 100. This is the formula for what? Solubility of the solute here. Now what is the relation between this solubility and molality? Once again I will write this molality formula. Molality is equal to W2 by M2 into 1000 is there, 1000 can be written as 100 into 10 divided by mass of the solvent W1 in grams here. Okay. Now what is the solubility? W2 by W1 into 100. So this term it is replaced by the solubility, that is S here. So the relation between the molality and solubility is this entire term is replaced by solubility, that is S into 10 divided by molar mass of solute, that is M2 here. So this is very important relation. Again you have to remember the relation between the molality and solubility, that is S here. Next point I will write here only, that is molality and mole fraction, relation between the molality and mole fraction, that is molality is equal to x2 by x1 into 1000 divided by molar mass of the solvent M1 here. Okay, so if you rearrange this formula, again you can write it as, this is x2 is equal to m into capital M1 divided by 1 plus m into capital M1 here. X2 is this is a mole fraction of solute, x1 is mole fraction of the solvent, small m is molality, capital M1 is the molar mass of the solvent here. So here M1 it is in terms of kg here, M1 is in terms of kg here. Next this one you can write it as x2 is equal to m into capital M1 divided by 1000 plus m into M1. If you take 1000 here, you can write the molar mass of the solvent, that is M1 in terms of grams here. Okay, this is what the relation between the molality and mole fraction, and this is the molality and solubility. Now we will go for molality and mass percentage of solute. Molality and mass percent of solute. In this one, again molality is equal to 100 into x divided by 100 minus x into M2, it is into M2. Molality, mass percent of solute, and this is molar mass of the solute here. So we will write the different terms involved in this formula, that is small m is molality, capital M2 this is molar mass of solute, capital M1 molar mass of solvent. In this formula x is mass percent of solute, mass percent of solute it is. Small m is molality, capital M1 mole, that is molar mass of the solvent. Always you keep in mind 1 corresponds to the solvent and 2 corresponds to the solute here. M2 is molar mass of the solute, M1 is molar mass of the solvent, capital it is. Simply if I write m, that is molarity, small m is written, that is molality. In this formula x is mass percentage are written here. In this one x1 and x2, these are the mole fraction of solvent and solute here. Okay, these are very important formula for the numericals, you have to remember. Next one, the next concentration term is normality. This is also very important. So many problems will be asked on this one, that is normality. The symbol for this one is capital N here. So it is a number of gram equivalents of solute present in 1 liter of the solution here. So I will write normality is equal to, gram equivalent of solute is nothing but weight of solute divided by equivalent weight of the solute. I will write E2, I will write. Okay, W2 by E2 into, that is 1 by volume, that is in terms of liter. Number of gram equivalents of solute present in the 1 liter of the solution is called as normality. Here this is what equivalent weight here. E2 is equivalent weight of solute. Always you keep in mind 2 corresponds to the solute in these formulas. So what is equivalent weight formula here? E2 is equal to molar mass divided by valency. molar mass of the solute divided by valence is the equivalent weight. So for normality, I can write it as normality is equal to W2 divided by M2 by valency. This is the equivalent weight into 1 by volume in terms of liter it is. This third term, it goes to the numerator, that is normality is equal to W2 by M2 into valency divided by volume in terms of liter here. So you know this one already. This is number of moles of solute present in 1 liter of the solution is nothing but molarity here. So the relation between the normality and molarity is what? So this term is replaced by the molarity. Normality is equal to molarity capital M into valency. Always you keep in mind, this is the relation which is used to interconvert the normality into molarity and molarity into normality. That is normality is equal to molarity into valency it is. Next point. So the relation between the normality and the strength of the solution. I will write next point, normality and strength of solution. Already we have discussed what is the strength of solution, that is SOS here. So what is the normality formula here? Normality is equal to W2 by M2 into here this volume is taken in liters. If you take it in terms of ml, you have to multiply by 1000, that is 1000 divided by volume in the ml, okay, into valency. So this is the formula for the normality it is, okay. Here I have taken volume in liters and this is in terms of ml. This normality can be written like this also. Now what is the strength of solution? Mass of the solute in grams that is present in the 1 liter of the solution. This is the strength of the solution. So what we can write now? Normality is equal to strength of solution SOS into valency is as it is divided by molar mass of the solute it is. So strength of solution SOS is equal to normality into molarity divided by this is a molar mass of the solute divided by valency. So in this one, molar mass by valency is nothing but what? Equivalent weight. Equivalent weight is what? Molar mass by valency. So what we can write here? Strength of the solution is equal to normality into equivalent weight of solute. Equivalent weight of solute, that is nothing but E2 you can write here. So SOS is equal to normality into equivalent weight of the solute. E2 I have taken here. So this is another relation which relates normality and the strength of the solution. Next one, whenever density and mass percentage of the solute is given, then normality is equal to 10 dx divided by E2. This is another formula. X is the mass percentage of the solute, E2 is what? Equivalent weight. In case of molarity, we have taken molarity is equal to 10 dx divided by molar mass of the solute you have taken. Here just you have to replace this M2 by what? E2 here. Here normality is equal to 10 dx by equivalent weight. In case of molarity, it is what? Molar mass it is. So this is nothing but you can write 10 dx divided by what is the equivalent weight? Molar mass of the solute divided by valency. Valency will come in the numerator. This is the formula whenever density and mass percentage of the solute is given here. So in this one, D is your density. Next E2 is equivalent weight of solute and X is mass percent of solute. Mass percent of solute. Whenever the mass percentage of solute and density are given, then you can calculate the normality like this it is, okay. Next one. So the next point is normality of mixing. Normality of mixing. Normality of mixing is nothing but whenever two solutions of different normality they are mixed together, then what is the normality of the resulting solution here? There are 2 points here, that is you can mix two non-reacting solutions or you can mix two reacting solutions. For two non-reacting solutions, first point we will write, for two non-reacting solutions, for two non-reacting solution means you can add acid with acid or you can add base with base. These two are having different normality and different normality. You can add one acid to the another acid or base to the another base. Base and base will not react and acid they will not react here. Suppose for this one I will take normality, that is 1, and this is normality 2, N1 and N2, and here also it is N1 and N2 you can take here. So whenever two acids of different normality are mixed together, then the normality of the resulting solution N resulting will be is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2 it is. Okay, this is for two non-reacting solutions. Suppose two reacting solutions are mixed together. For two reacting solutions, for two reacting solution means whenever an acid is mixed with base, these two will react, which are having different normality. Then what will be the normality of the resulting solution? For example, acid is mixed with base. Suppose the normality of the acid I will take it as component 1 and this is I will take it as what, 2 here, N1, and this having what, N2, like this. Then whenever acid and base are mixed together, the resulting normality N resulting will be is equal to N1 V1 minus N2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2, provided N1 V1 must be greater than N2 V2. So this is what the formula here. Okay, so always you write this N1 V1 which is greater in the magnitude. Okay, this is what the normality of the resulting solution. Next they will give like this different concentration of the normality, that is one normal solution, semi-normal solution they will give, deci-normal solution they will give, next centi-normal solution, next is milli-normal solution. One normal is nothing but 1n, semi-normal is normality divided by 2, deci-normal is normality by 10, centi-normal is normality by 100, milli-normal is normality divided by 1000 it is. And this one, this is 1 normal, this will be 0.5 normal, and this become as 0.1 normal, again this become as 0.01 normal, and this will be 0.001 normal. So these are the different terms we are using in the normality also. Okay, this is about normality of the solution.